Assalamu alaikum, dear students. My name is Aisha Mahmood and I'm your instructor, facilitator, and mentor. I welcome you all to the second lesson of week 1 for the online course Introduction to Information Technology. Unlike many traditional textbooks, these books, Discovering Computers and Teachers Discovering Computers, contain a variety of elements to help enrich your understanding of the concepts being taught during this course. These elements include steps that teach you how to perform real world tasks, current issues related to technology, and a variety of information to keep you secure while interacting with computers and mobile devices. During this week, we'll be covering the objectives in front of you. Some of the objectives we have already covered in lesson number 1. Those are now in blue. And the rest of the objectives will be covered in lesson number 3. After completing this section, you would be able to differentiate among the various categories of computers, and you would also be able to describe the purpose and uses of smartphones, digital cameras, portable and digital media players, e-book readers, wearable devices, and game devices. And you would also be able to differentiate among laptops, tablets, desktops, and servers. Computers can be organized in these general categories: personal computers, mobile computers and mobile devices, game consoles, servers, supercomputers, and embedded computers. The next few sections briefly cover these categories. A personal computer or PC is a computer that has the capability to perform input, processing, output, and storage activities. A personal computer contains a processor, memory, and one or more input, output, and storage devices. You can see a desktop computer in the picture. A desktop computer is a personal computer designed to be in a stationary location, where all of its components fit on or under a desk or a table. On many desktops, the screen is housed in a display device or simply a display that is separate from a tower, which is a case that contains the processing circuitry. So figure A, in both the pictures, you can see there are desktop computers. Another type of desktop called an all-in-one that does not contain a tower and instead uses the same case to house the display and the processing circuitry, as you can see in the figure B. Some desktops and all-in-ones have displays that support touch also. A mobile computer is a personal computer that you can carry from one place to another. One popular type of mobile computer is a notebook computer. Other popular types include tablet computers and netbook. A netbook computer, also called a laptop computer, is a portable personal computer small enough to fit on your lap. Today's notebook computers are thin and light-weighted, yet they can be as powerful as the average desktop computer, as you can see in the figure in front. The tablet computer, or simply tablet, is a letter-sized notebook computer that you interact with by touching the screen with your finger. If preferred, you can use a wireless keyboard and other accessories with the tablet. A notebook computer is called a mini notebook, is a small, lightweight and portable computer designed for wireless communication and access to the internet. The name notebook was derived from the combination of the two words internet and notebook. A mobile device is a computing device small enough to hold in your hand and usually does not have disk drives. As you can see, mobile devices usually store programs and data permanently in memory chips inside the system unit or in small storage media such as flash memory cards. Many mobile devices are internet enabled, meaning they can connect to the internet wirelessly. Often you can connect a mobile device to a personal computer to exchange information between the computer and the mobile device, which is a process called syncing. Popular mobile devices are smartphones and e-book readers. Other include portable and digital media players, digital cameras, wearable devices, and game devices. Now we will look a little deeper for the purpose and the uses of these mobile devices. Offering the convenience of one-handed operation, a smartphone is an internet-enabled phone that usually provides personal information management functions such as a calendar, an appointment book, an address book, a calculator. Instead of calling someone's smartphone or cell phone, users often send messages to others by pressing buttons on their phone's keypad, keys on the mini keyboard, or icons on an on-screen keyboard. Types of messages users send with smartphones include text messages, instant messages, picture messages, and video messages. An e-book reader, short for electronic book reader or e-reader, is a handheld device that is used primarily for reading e-books. An e-book or simple digital book is an electronic version of a printed book, readable on computers and other digital devices. In addition to books, users can purchase and read other forms of digital media such as newspapers and magazines. Most e-book readers have a touch screen and are internet enabled. Personal computers, tablets, and most smartphones can also display e-books. Next, we'll see a portable media player. A portable media player is a mobile device on which you can store, organize, and play or view digital media. Digital media include music, photos, and videos. Thus, portable media players enable you to listen to music, view photos, and watch videos, movies, and television shows. With most, you transfer the digital media from one computer to another or the web if the device is internet capable. Some enable you to play the media while it streams, that is, while it transfers to the player. Portable media players usually require a set of earbuds, which are small speakers that rest inside each ear canal. Some portable media player models have a touch screen, while others have a pad that you operate with a thumb or finger so that you can navigate through digital media, adjust volume, and customize settings. Some portable media players also offer a calendar, address book, games, and other applications. Portable media players are a mobile type of digital media player. A digital media player or streaming media player is a device typically used in a house that streams digital media from a computer or a network to a television, a projector, or some other entertainment device. Let's discuss about the digital camera now. A digital camera is a device that allows you to take photos and store the photographed images digitally. A smart digital camera also can communicate wirelessly with other devices and include applications similar to those on a smartphone. Many mobile computers and devices such as tablets and smartphones include at least one integrated digital camera. Digital cameras typically allow you to review and sometimes modify images while while they are in the camera. You can also transfer images from a digital camera to a computer or device so that you can review, modify, you can share, organize, or even print the images. Digital cameras often can connect to or communicate wirelessly with a computer, a smart TV, a printer, or an internet-enabled device, enabling you to access the photos on the camera without using a cable. Some also can record videos. Many digital cameras also have a built-in GPS. What is GPS? GPS is Global Positioning System. We'll be discussing that later. What does it really mean? Giving them Many digital cameras also have built-in GPS, giving them the capability to record the exact location where a photo was taken and store these details along with the photo. A wearable device, or a wearable simply, is a small mobile computing consumer device designed to be worn. These devices often communicate with a mobile device or a computer. Wearable devices include activity trackers, smartwatches, and smart glasses. Activity trackers monitor heart rate, measure pulse, count steps, and track sleep patterns. In addition to keeping time, a smartwatch can communicate with a smartphone to make and answer the phone calls, read and send the messages, access the web, play music, work with applications such as fitness trackers and GPS, and many more. With smart glasses, a user looks into an eyeglass type device to view information or take photos and videos that are projected to a miniature screen in the user's field of vision. A game console is a mobile computing device designed for single player or multiplayer video games. Gamers often connect the game consoles to a television so that they can view their gameplay on the television screens. Standard game consoles use a handheld controller as an input device, a television screen as an output device, and hard disks, optical discs, and memory cards for storage. Popular models include Nintendo, Sony PlayStation, Microsoft Xbox. These models utilize traditional handheld game devices. Many game console models are internet capable and also allow you to listen to music and watch movies or view photos. Typically weighing between 3 and 11 pounds, the compact size of the game consoles make them easy to use at home, in the car, in a hotel, or any location that has an electrical outlet and a television screen. Game consoles can cost from around $100 to more than $500. A handheld device is small enough to fit in one hand, making it more portable than the game console. Because of their reduced size, the screens are small, similar in size to some smartphone screens. Some handheld game device models are internet capable and also can communicate wirelessly with other similar devices for multiplayer gaming. A server manages the resources on a network and provides a centralized storage area for software programs and data. A supercomputer is the fastest and most powerful computer, and the most expensive as well. The fastest supercomputers are capable of processing trillions and trillions of instructions in a single second. Supercomputers are used for tasks such as analyzing weather patterns, tracking hurricanes, and identifying safety issues regarding space travel. Although schools do not have supercomputers, teachers do use the output from supercomputers in their lessons. An embedded computer is a special purpose computer that functions as one component in a larger product. Embedded computers are everywhere, at home, in your car, at work, and at school. These computers perform various functions depending on the requirements of the product in which they reside. After completing this section, you will be able to differentiate the web from the internet, and you would be able to describe the relationship among the web pages, websites, and web servers. The Internet is a worldwide collection of computer networks that connects millions of businesses, government agencies, educational institutions, and individuals. The World Wide Web, or Web for short, is a global library of information available to anyone connected to the Internet. The web consists of a worldwide collection of electronic documents. Each electronic document on the web is called a web page, which can contain text, graphics, audio, and video. A web page is a collection of related web pages which are stored on a web server. So a web server is a computer that delivers requested web pages to your computer or mobile device. Now you can see a typical web page in this figure. Web pages often contain links. A link, short for hyperlink, is a built-in connection to other documents, graphics, audio files, videos, web pages, or websites. To activate an item associated with a link, you just tap or click the link. In this figure, for example, tapping or clicking the audio links connects to a live radio show so that you can hear the broadcast. A text link often changes color after you tap or click it to remind you visually that you previously have visited the web page or downloaded the content associated with that link. Links allow you to obtain information in a non-linear way. That is, instead of accessing topics in a specified order, you move directly to a topic of interest. Some people use the phrase surfing the web to refer to the activity of using links to explore the web. Now I want to ask you a question. Are the web and internet the same? Pause the video and think for a while, and then we'll come back and discuss that. I hope you have think over it and you have figured it out as well. So the answer is no. The internet provides more than 3 billion home and business users around the world. so that they can have an access to a variety of services. The World Wide Web is one of the widely used services of the Internet. Other popular services include emailing, instant messaging, voice over Internet Protocol, FTP. Okay, question for you. Which types of online tasks you can accomplish using web? Again, pause the video and just give it a try, and then come back at least with some of the online tasks. I hope you have figured out some of the online tasks you are able to accomplish using your web connections. So let me just help you to figure some of these tasks out. On screen, I have listed some of the online tasks which you can accomplish using your web links. Number one is searching for information. So for that, you use Google platform. You can easily conduct research using Google Scholar and Microsoft Academics. You can communicate with and meet other people. For that, you can use Facebook and Google Meet. You can share information, photos, and videos with others. For that, you can use Flickr. You can access news, weather, and sports like through BBC, CNN, and Geo News channels. You can participate in online training by using MOOC platforms like edX, Coursera, Udacity. You can also shop for the goods and services like you can use in Pakistan the Raz, and if you are from US you can use Amazon. You can also play games with others using YouTube gaming services, and Twitch is one of the gaming platform. You can download or listen to music. For example, Pandora and SoundCloud are the platforms through which you can do that. You can watch videos as you all use YouTube for watching videos. You can also download or read books. And Google Books gives you a very good collection. You can also make reservations. For example, you can make bus reservations. Like if you want to go from Lahore to Islamabad, you can book your seat um, uh, by using Divo online platform. And if you want to stay somewhere in US, you can use Airbnb to make your reservation for a room. After completing this section, you will be able to explain the purpose of a browser, a search engine, and an online social network. A browser is a software that enables user with an internet connection to access and view web pages on a computer or mobile device. Some widely used browsers include Internet Explorer, Firefox, Safari, Edge, and Google Chrome. A primary reason that people use the web is to search for specific information, including text, photo, music, and videos. The first step in successful searching is to identify the main idea or concept in the topic about which you are seeking information. Determine any synonyms, alternate spellings, or variant words forms for the topic. Then use a search engine such as Google to help you locate the information. A search engine is software that finds websites, web pages, images, videos, news, maps, and other information related to a specific topic. An online social network, also called social networking site, is a website that encourages members in its online community to share their interests, ideas, stories, photos, music, and videos with other registered users. Popular online social networks include Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So, a question for you to find out: how do Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn differ? People rely on computers to create, store, and manage their information. To safeguard this information, it is very important that users protect their computers and mobile devices. Users also should be aware of health risks and environmental issues associated with using computers and mobile devices. Let's first discuss about the malware. Short for malicious software is software that acts without a user's knowledge and deliberately alters the computer's or mobile device operations. Examples of malware include viruses, worms, Trojan horses, rootkits, spyware, adware, and zombies. Each of these types of malware attacks your computer or mobile device differently. Some are harmless pranks that temporarily freeze, play sounds, or display messages on your computer or mobile device. Others destroy or corrupt data and instructions and even the information stored on the infected computer or mobile device. If you notice any unusual changes in the performance of your computer or mobile device, it may be infected with malware. Next, we'll discuss privacy. Nearly every life event is stored in a computer somewhere. For example, in medical records, credit reports, tax records. In many instances where personal and confidential records were not protected properly, individuals have found their privacy violated and identifies stolen. Some techniques you can use to protect yourself from identify theft, including shredding financial documents before discarding them, never tapping or clicking links in unsolicited email messages, and enrolling in a credit monitoring services. Adults, teens, and children around the world are using online social networks to share their photos, videos, and journals, even music and other personal information publicly. Some of these unsuspected, innocent computer users have fallen victim to crimes committed by dangerous strangers. Protect yourself and your dependents from these criminals by being cautious in email messages and on web pages. For example, do not share information that would allow others to identify or locate you, or do not disclose identification numbers, usernames, passwords, or other personal security details. A username is a unique combination of characters such as letters of the alphabet or numbers that identifies one specific user. And a password is a private combination of characters associated with a username. So the next question comes, what are the health concerns? Prolonged or improper computer and mobile device use can lead to injuries or disorders of the hands, wrists, elbows, eyes, neck, and back. Computer and mobile device users can protect themselves from these health risks through proper workplace design, good posture while at the computer, and appropriately spaced work breaks. With the growing use of earbud and headphones, some users are experiencing hearing loss. Ways to protect your hearing when using these devices were presented in how to portion of your chapter number 1. So please go and check that. Two behavioral health risks are technology addiction and technology overload. Technology addiction occurs when someone becomes obsessed with using technology. Individuals suffering from technology overload feel distressed when deprived of computers and mobile devices. Once recognized, both technology addiction and technology overload are treatable disorders. Next, we'll discuss about the environmental issues. Manufacturing processes for computers and mobile devices, along with e-waste or discarded computers and mobile devices, are depleting natural resources and polluting the environment. When computers and mobile devices are stored in basements or other locations, disposed of in landfills, or burned in different places, they can release toxic materials and potentially dangerous levels of lead, mercury, and flame retardants. Green computing involves reducing the electricity consumed and environmental wastes generated when using a computer. Strategies that support green computing include recycling using energy efficient hardware and energy saving features, regulating manufacturing processes, extending the life of computers, and immediately donating or properly disposing of replaced computers. When you purchase a new computer, some retailers offer to dispose of your old computer properly. So the question for you is, how can we contribute to green computing? So go back to your book, study there the green computing. You may take help from the extra and additional resources which are provided to you for the chapter number 1. After completing this section, you will be able to differentiate between an operating system and applications. Software, also called a program, consists of a series of related instructions organized for a common purpose that tells the computer what tasks to perform and how to perform them. Two categories of software are system software and application software, or simply applications. System software consists of the programs that control or maintain the operations of computer and its devices. Operating system are widely recognized example of system software. Other types of system software, sometimes called tools, enable you to perform maintenance type tasks usually related to managing devices, media, and programs used by the computers and mobile devices. An operating system is a set of programs that coordinates all the activities among computer and mobile device hardware. It provides a means for user to communicate with the computer or mobile device and other software. Many of today's computers and mobile devices use a version of Microsoft Windows, Apple's Macintosh, Apple Mac OS, Apple's iOS, or Google's Android. To use an application, your computer or mobile device must be running an operating system. Let's talk about the applications. Application or app for short consists of programs designed to make users more productive and or assist them with personal tasks. Browsers are an example of an application that enable users with an internet connection to access and view web pages. I would suggest you to now pause the video and check table number 1-2 that identifies the categories of applications with samples of uh, commonly used uh, commonly used activities in each category. You can also check that applications include programs stored on a computer as well as those on a mobile phone or delivered to your device over the internet. So they can have in different formats. For example, a desktop app is an application stored on your computer. A web app is an application stored on a web server that you access through a browser. Whereas a mobile app is an application you download from a mobile device app store or other location on the internet to a smartphone or to other mobile devices. Some applications are available as both as web app and a mobile app. In this case, you typically can sync or match the data and activity between the web app and the mobile app. Installing a program is the process of setting up the program to work with a computer or mobile device, with a printer or any other hardware. When you buy a computer or a mobile device, it usually has some software, such as an operating system, pre-installed on its internal media so that you can use the computer or mobile device the first time you turn it on. Installed operating systems often include applications such as browser, media player, and calendar. To use additional desktop applications on a computer, you usually need to install the software. Mobile apps typically install automatically after you transfer the apps file to your mobile device from its website. You usually do not need to install web apps before you can run them. Once installed, you can run a program so that you can interact with it. When you instruct a computer or a mobile device to run a program, the computer or mobile device loads it, which means the program's instructions are copied from the storage to the memory. Once in the memory, the computer or mobile device can carry out or execute the instructions in the program so that you can use it. You interact with the program through its user interface. The user interface controls how you enter data and instructions and how information is displayed on your screen. Often you work with icons or tiles, which are miniature images that link to programs, medias, documents, or other objects. A software developer, sometimes called a developer or a programmer, is someone who develops a program or applications or writes the instructions that direct the computer or mobile device to process data into information. When writing instructions, a developer must be sure the program or app works properly so that the computer or mobile device generates the desired results. Complex programs can require thousands to millions of instructions. Software developers use a programming language or application development tool to create programs and apps. Popular programming languages include C++, Java, JavaScript, Visual C, and Visual Basic. After completing this section, you will be able to differentiate between wired and wireless technologies and identify reasons individuals and businesses use these networks. Communications technologies are everywhere. Many require that you subscribe to an internet service provider. With others, an organization such as business or school provides a communication services to employees, students, or customers. In the course of a day, it is likely that you use information generated by one or more of the communication technologies as shown in this slide. Let's briefly discuss all the terms on the screen. Chat rooms. Chat rooms are real time typed conversations among two or more people on a computer or mobile device connected to a network. Next is the email. Transmission of messages and files via a computer network is called email. Fax. Transmission and receipt of documents over telephone lines. FTP. FTP stands for File Transfer Protocol. It permits users to transfer files to or from servers on the internet. Next is the GPS, Global Positioning System. It's the navigation system that assists users with determining their location and guide them to navigate through the directions and do much more. Instant messaging, real-time typed conversation with another connected user where you also can exchange photos, videos, and others. Internet, worldwide collection of networks that links millions of businesses, government agencies, educational institutions, and individuals. News groups, online areas in which users have written discussions about a particular subject. RSS, these are the specifications that enable web content to be distributed to subscribers. Video conferencing, real-time meeting between two or more geographically separated people who use a network to transmit audio and video. As in this course, we'll be meeting twice a week through Zoom or through Google Meetup. So the Zoom and the Google Meetup are the video conferencing services. Then comes the voicemail. Voicemail allows users to leave a voice message for one or more people. Then comes the voice over internet protocol. These are the conversation that takes place over the internet using a telephone connected to a computer, mobile device, or other devices. Then comes the wireless internet access points. It enables users with computers and mobile devices to connect to the internet wirelessly. Then comes wireless messaging services. Send and receive wireless messages to and from smartphones, mobile phones, handheld game devices, and other mobile devices using text messaging and picture or video messaging. Computer communications describes a process in which two or more computers or devices transfer, means send or receive data, instructions, and information over transmission media via a communication device. So a communication device is a hardware capable of transferring items from computers and devices to transmission media and vice versa. Examples of computer devices are modems, wireless access points, and routers. As shown in this figure, you can see some of the communications involve cables and wires. Others are sent wirelessly through the air. Wired communications often use some form of telephone wiring, coaxial cables, or fiber optic cables to send communication signals. The wiring or cables typically are used within a building or an underground between the buildings. Because it is more convenient than installing wires and cables, many users opt for a wireless communication, which sends signals through the air or space. Examples of wireless communication technologies include Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, cellular radio. Let's discuss about these terms. Wi-Fi uses radio signals to provide high-speed internet and network connections to the computers and devices capable of communicating via Wi-Fi. Most computers and many mobile devices such as smartphones and portable media players can connect to a Wi-Fi network. Bluetooth. Bluetooth uses short-range radio signals to enable Bluetooth-enabled computers and devices to communicate with each other. For example, Bluetooth headsets allow you to connect a Bluetooth-enabled phone to a headset wirelessly. Cellular radio. Cellular radio uses the cellular network to enable high-speed internet connections to devices with built-in compatible technology such as smartphones. Cellular network providers use the categories 3G, 4G, and 5G to denote cellular transmission speeds, with 5G being the fastest. Wi-Fi and Bluetooth are both hotspot technologies. A hotspot is a wireless network that provides internet connections to mobile computers and devices. Wi-Fi hotspots provide wireless network connections to users in a public location such as airports, airplanes, train stations, hotels, convention centers, schools, grounds, shopping malls, bookstores, libraries, restaurants, coffee shops, and so many other places. Bluetooth hotspots provide location-based services such as sending coupons or menus to users whose Bluetooth-enabled devices enter the coverage area. A network is a collection of computers and devices connected together, often wirelessly via communication devices and transmission media. Networks allow computers to share resources such as hardware, software, data, and information. Sharing resources saves time and money. In many networks, one or more computers act as a server. The server controls access to the resources on a network. The other computers on the network, each called a client, request resources from the server. The major differences between the server and the client computers are the server typically has more power, more storage space, and expanded communication capabilities. Many homes and most businesses and schools networks their computers and devices. Most allow users to connect their computers wirelessly to the networks. Users often are required to sign into or log on a network, which means they enter a username and a password or some other credentials to access the network and its resources. Home networks save the home user money and provide many conveniences. Each network computer or mobile device on a home network has the following capabilities. It can connect to the internet at the same time. It can share a single high-speed internet connection. It can have access to photos, music, videos, and other content on computers and devices throughout the house. It can share devices such as printer, scanner, or external hard drive. It can give you the facility to play multiplayer games with players on other computers and mobile devices in the house. It helps you to get connect with game consoles to the internet. It also helps you to subscribe to and use voice over internet protocol. It also helps you to interact with other devices in a smart home, such as thermostats, lighting controls, and many other applications. Those are called IoTs. IoTs means Internet of Things. Home networks usually are small, existing within a single structure, and use wireless technologies. You do not need extensive knowledge of networks to set up a home network. You will need a communication device such as a router, which usually includes setup instructions. Most operating systems also provide tools enabling you easily to connect all the computers and devices in your house. Now we'll talk about the business networks. Businesses and school networks can be small, such as in a room or a building, or widespread, connecting computers and devices across a city or country or the globe. Some reasons the some reasons that the business networks their computer and devices together include facilitating the communication. Using a network, employees and customers communicate efficiently and easily via email. Messaging services, they can use blogs, online social networks, video calls, online meetings, video conferencing, voice over internet protocol, and similar applications. They can share hardware. In a network environment, each computer on the network can access the hardware on the network instead of providing each user with the same piece of hardware. For example, computer and mobile device users can access the laser printer on the network as they need it. Businesses can also share data, information, and software using the business networks. In a network environment, any authorized computer user can access data, information, and software stored on their computers on a network. A large company, for example, might have a database of customer information that any authorized user can access. In this lesson, you have covered different categories of computers, you have covered the internet and the web, you have also covered the digital security and safety risks and precautions, and you have also covered communications and networks. So at the end of this lesson, I would suggest you to please read the related articles from the book, chapter number 1 of Discovering Computers, and then please follow your next lesson for the remaining part of this week's content.